Hi there, my name is Aly Paws from the Yoga Home. Welcome to the hip opening video. So before we begin, I would love it if you could subscribe, and you know where that little button is, bottom right hand corner, and we'll get going with some hip openers. So you don't even need a mat, actually. You just need a ground, a comfortable flat ground. You can do this on your carpet. I know that a lot of people during this quarantine time of us staying home, a lot of people are sitting on the couch and their postures are probably not the best, you know, just hanging out in these weird postures. So these hip openers might help that, especially for the lower back. The first one we'll do is called cow face pose. It is basically, let's start with stretching the legs out. And then the modified, okay, the modified for this one is you're bending your right knee and you're placing that right foot on the outside of the left leg. So you draw the knee down. Okay, drawing the knee so that they're stacking. Now you can stay here and really feel this one. Okay, this is, in Sanskrit, this is called Gomukhasana. I'm not going to do the full poses with the arms behind. Now you can do that if you feel like you want to open this tricep area and the chest. I actually really like the version with the eagle arms. So, you know, do whatever feels right for you. Just to let you know though, the full cow face pose is grabbing and interlacing the hands behind the back with one elbow up and one elbow down, the other arm. So whatever works for you. More importantly, we're working with the hips here, so the right foot comes over top. Now, the key to this is you want to be super stabilized and the foundation to be flat, so both sit bones. Because when we go to bend this bottom leg, this is usually what happens to people, is they get this little bit of a tilt happening. So nothing's really, you're not grounded through the hips. So if that is happening to you and you have sore knees or whatever's going on, just straighten this leg again and you can get full benefit from stretching out the outer right hip, okay? So if you are bending that bottom leg, I like to lift my hips up and then settle that right hip bone on the inside of that left heel and just kind of inch my way in there. Okay, so that's the bottom half of it. Sometimes I will just do nothing with my arms because full pose, like I said, is this one, and then you switch sides, or eagle arms in the front. So depending on what you want to stretch out, sometimes I just take my hands on the side and just do the bottom half. Even, you know, if a block was right here, you could put your elbows on a block and settle in on top of the block. So whatever works for you. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths here, just feeling the outer hips. Don't worry so much about the arms. If you want to incorporate them, go for it. Just focusing on the breath. You can go ahead and soften your eyes. We'll do 2 more breaths. Ideally, you want to hang out a lot longer in these postures to get the full benefits. But this is just a short little video to show you a few hip openers that you can do at home. Okay, and let's release that one. Both legs extend. And then the left knee bends, left foot comes around the outside of that right leg, and then the right knee bends. Once again, keep that bottom leg straight if you're lopsided. Okay. And you'll notice that one side will be totally different than the other, and that's okay. Let's just breathe through it. Soften the face and the eyes, the shoulders, the hips. Good. One more breath. And then exhale. Whew. Let's just do a little windshield wiper. Let the knees fall from side to side to release those hips. Okay. So another hip opener that I really like is Gomukhasana. So this is bound angle pose, or some people know it as butterfly. So you're bringing your feet together, the soles of the feet, pressing through your heel bones, okay, into each other. And then I like to open up the balls of the feet a little bit. And as I do that, I have a little bit of pull on the feet. Not so much where I'm like curling them up, but just a little bit of a pull so I can lengthen my spine. And as I press through the heels, then I feel these upper leg bones doing this external rotation, and then the knees start to lower just a little bit, which is not a big deal. If you are not, like say if you're feeling any kind of discomfort in the knees, you can have some support under there. Place a couple of bolsters or cushions that you have at home, or even books or anything. If you have blocks, great. So anything to support it. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Now I tend to like to bring my elbows on the inner thighs and then starting to fold forward. But what I see a lot of is people rounding through that upper back. So just keep reaching out through your crown and your heart center and breathing into the inner thighs. Good, one more breath. And exhale. And we'll go a little bit further with the inner thighs with this wide leg forward bend, okay? So it doesn't have to be really wide. You can just do like this and still feel the benefits, okay? Now, sitting on a cushion really helps. Tilt that pelvis forward. And lead with your heart. So not with your shoulders or your head or your chin. Lead with your heart, which means you have to draw those shoulders back and down the spine, right? Keep pressing through your heels. And now you'll start to feel the hamstrings and the inner thighs, the adductors. And then just breathe into this. Some nice warm nurturing breaths with the Ujjayi flow if you like, or just a regular breath. And I sometimes just do these while I'm watching a movie so that I'm not crunched up on the couch the whole time. So these are great to do even with your kids. So many different options. Good, let's take 2 more breaths here. Nice, and then we'll slowly come up. Okay, so there's tons of hip opening standing poses I could show you, but we'll just stay on the ground for this video. Now let's lie down onto our back, coming into our basically reclined pigeon pose. So taking the right foot onto the left leg, you can keep the left foot down on the ground or place a block under the foot or something, anything that you have around the house, or just holding on interlaced fingers behind that left leg, okay? And then you're pressing through the right foot. So you're flexing the right foot, that right knee's out to the side. And you're feeling this on the outer right hip. Beginning to relax the shoulders, the neck, the eyes and the face, and just breathe. Good, and let's switch sides. Now the left foot is on the right leg, and just keep pressing through that left heel. Feeling the shoulders relax. Good, and then release the feet to the floor and let the knees just fall from side to side. Good, and then you can slowly start to get up. You can feel free to do a Shavasana at the end where you're just lying flat and letting everything settle. But this was just a short video of hip openers just to show you what you can do at home instead of that posture that you're doing on the couch that I know everyone's probably doing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next video. Namaste.